Holy crap! Hello. How you guys doing? What show are we on today, Kyle?
Hello, everybody.
Hi.
This is the Detroit D-tox from Detroit.
You're watching it live on WDDS Dirty TV, the dirtiest station in the world, Detroit's Double D's. We are streaming on live, don't laugh, YouTube, Facebook, Twitch, and Periscope every Thursday, 8 to 9 p.m. after Tasha and Jimmy. Please share that information with everybody you know.
We're on all the tubes, all the books.
Every tube.
Sure. All of them.
All of them. And you're probably wondering who these Screwy Louies are in the studio today. And I will tell you in a second. And I already know who they are, but I want to do this like a really official thing.
Wow, official.
She's getting official.
So official. I feel special.
You should.
You should feel
totally
special.
Feel very special. Okay, so hang on.
He is very special.
Just wait until she waves. Just wait until she
school.
waves this in your face, and you'll feel really special.
I'm a little less special with that. But okay, we'll go with it.
Okay, I'm gonna do this just like I rehearsed it. me.
This better be good.
When you think of cars, you think of Detroit.
Woo!
Got
Yeah,
it.
Motor City. Motor City.
Auto-rama, which we aren't sure is returning, but we're all betting. We're gonna take a bet tonight, actually. Return of Auto-rama. We have 3 Detroit builders on our show tonight. First is this guy. Wave your hand. This guy.
I'm waving.
See over there. See over there. Take that
there we
one
go.
over there. That's Steve. How do you say your last name?
Marchioni. And I will hold you to that.
Marchioni. He's in the mob, so just letting you know that. He's a Leo.
He's my kind of guy.
He's
It's a
a
legend.
master prototype tech at Ford Proving Grounds. Is that correct?
It is.
And he's a custom painter, curator for the Detroit Historical Society, and he's also a man who could build a car in, like, I don't know, 2 weeks before Auto-rama. Oh, crap, I forgot to build something.
I work well with that.
Let me
Pretty
just- Yeah. Oh, my God, I forgot. Let me just whip something up.
That's how we gotta roll.
Okay, and then over here, Jamie Webster is a Virgo and owner of the Hot Rod Shop in, was it in Troy?
In Troy, Michigan.
In Troy, Michigan. They specialize in 60s and 70s builds, repairs, as well as mods and performance work to new cars. Is that correct?
Yes, very.
Jesus Christ, I'm on a roll.
You are good.
All
You
right.
keep going.
I'm
Roll
on
through
fire,
it.
bitches. Okay, and this is Doug. He's like the... Wow, I'm getting a text. I'm sorry about that.
Probably about how official you are.
Sorry, Doug.
It's all right.
So Doug is a Leo.
Yeah.
Damn right he is. And he's a former product designer at Hell's Foundry and Jolly Roger Custom, as well as a former designer, fabricator, mechanic, and reality TV actor on Mobsteel Detroit. So we don't just get bitches on this show. We get the good people.
Totally A-list.
Yeah.
Correction, I'm actually still a bitch.
Oh, sorry. That's fine.
Well, welcome to the show, everybody.
On that note,
Did you
Welcome to
like
the
that
show,
warm-up?
bitches.
Yeah.
And
so
who are you?
I'm Cindi Lou, and who are you?
I'm KK Dirty Money, the one and only.
He is. Kyle,
I am.
Kyle Kidd.
I earned that alias too.
And I like your haircut, bitch.
Oh, thanks.
It's really good. Like, take
Zah!
out. Whoa, you clean up nice. I don't. I just like throw my hair back in some kind of crazy ass.
It's a great time of the season to shave your head too.
It is.
that it is.
It really wakes you up in the morning when you go out to check the mail.
Good time for the Michigan
If
shave.
if you're getting mail these days,
Well, that's all we have in life right now is mail right now, right?
Male.
it's a high point of the day.
Male?
Hey.
Well, gentlemen, thanks for being on the
thank you.
Detroit Detox. This is a show where we like to talk about Detroit-centric things with a focus on music, rockabilly, punk, rock and roll, the culture that surrounds all of that. And Cindi and I, we have an affiliation, we have an affinity with Auto-rama, and a lot of the artisans. That's probably not a cool macho thing to call the car guys that show up to these rockabilly shows, these car shows, and things like that. That our bands play, and we get to know some of these.
These.
Us?
I'm okay with
Look,
these.
These guys.
Use guys.
Use
Yeah.
guys.
Let me finish. Yeah,
The two youths. Those are the two youths.
some of these
I'm not a youth. Doug's a youth.
some of these guys that like to build automobiles, motorcycles, cars. All right.
What the fudge was that?
That is, but it seems good.
So what I'm trying to explain is why are we here, folks? We are here to talk about what makes you guys special, how you fit into the Detroit culture, and of course we're going to talk a lot about cars and Auto-rama and all that, and whatever you want. But I'm just kind of trying to tie it all together here. Why you would wind up on a Detroit music show with Cindi Lou and KK Dirty Mice, because we want to talk about
She's pointing.
some of these cool custom cars that you make, because when these people show up, like these rockabillys and these punks that show up to this, they want to take in this culture. A big part of that are the machines.
Oh, absolutely. That's why. Okay, so the reason I asked Dave is because I've known Dave for since I started doing, the whole
since
rockabilly thing, for probably like almost 10 years. And every year, like clockwork, this guy just pulls a car out of his ass. Like,
for the last 10
That sounds
years,
painful.
That's pretty accurate.
So, let's talk about, let's go back at least 5 years. Guys, let's go through some of the cars that you whipped up through the past 5 years to go to Auto-rama.
Do the math for me,
And
Logan.
which, and kind of...
I was going to say, do you have pictures? Because I don't remember.
actually, you
They're all a
guys...
bit of a blur.
Okay,
What
hang
year
on
does
1
5 years
sec.
ago start?
I don't know.
We are so high tech. We're going to get pictures of her, and she's going to
Okay,
hold
what you
it up.
got here? I can't even...
Okay, that was a 62 Ford Galaxy we did 2 years ago.
Okay.
One owner car out of Kentucky.
Let's see if this works here.
Completely
Like
unmolested.
this.
Really a clean car, nice car, and in 32 days
I'm
we
going to
took
post him on the... Sorry.
we took it from the top picture to the bottom picture. Full air ride, 4-link, custom paint, redid part of the interior, sound system.
Yeah, I'm
little
trying
bit
to
of
be...
everything.
Okay, so then
That was
next...
32 days on that car. That car was about the same. So I used to work an event at Barrett Jackson. So I would be
Vented
in
what?
Barrett Jackson, the automotive auction
Oh, like...
in
Okay.
Scottsdale.
Oh.
And when I
Yeah,
would
come on, get with it, Cindy
off.
Lou.
when I would come home from that, I would have literally like a month and a half to get a car prep for AutoRama. So that gig would enable me to have the money to finish the car. So I'd come home with that money, and we'd slam through a car because I was off until the next race, which was usually Sebring at the end of March.
So, are you saying that you're building a
Unopposed
car
real quick.
in
Unopposed.
much faster time than most people build cars?
Would you guys say that?
It's different when you build your own. When you build for customers, it's a completely different mindset. I think Jamie will back me on that.
Yes.
It's a whole different process. Because I'm building it for me, you can do things the way you want to. You don't have to do it so much by what the customer asks for, and you're not driven by that.
Or laws, or...
Common sense. Or,
Are there laws to this? Seriously?
No.
Yeah, there's no
This
part
car
of-
is made out of popsicle sticks. No.
Autorama has had worse, frankly.
That's how Dave and I
So
met.
Yeah,
I guess my question is, all right, so you come home from this big job and you've got just this limited amount of time to build a car. Is it something that you've been thinking about for a while, or do you just kind of show up and you're like, oh, what am I gonna do? And then you just start, inspiration
Speak up,
hits
you
you.
know,
or-
like, don't, he doesn't
Dave
have it.
usually has something picked out. It's how
If you're gonna build a car in 30 days, you better have your
Yeah.
stuff.
Yeah, you
together
have the
before.
vision.
Yeah, you
have the
can't just
basics.
show up and wait for
You
inspiration to
gotta
hit.
have parts, you
No,
gotta
no,
have
yeah, yeah.
supplies, you gotta have people.
Yeah.
Well, and part of it, and it's the same in music, and I think both of you will back me on this, because of the community of car guys, I buy my parts from Jamie. If I get in a bind for something, I know I can call Jamie and go, man, I need this piece here in a couple days. I know Autorama's coming.
Yep.
I'm very fortunate to have a group of guys in Michigan that are car guys that I can get into somebody's shop and borrow a tool. Somebody can come over and fix something for me if I get stuck on something. And it's something that we all do for each other.
village.
Bitch.
To raise an idiot. Yes, that's what we've decided.
I don't know if they have that in Oregon. You know what I mean? Do they? I don't know.
I don't know either.
So it's Oregon, but you know what I mean? Like, I feel like there's not communities of car people that you can just go to and find the parts, find the
Well,
stuff.
again, that's why we're doing this.
This is
Detroit.
Motor City,
right?
goddammit.
That's what
It
it
is.
is.
Very much so.
But you guys,
Home of the
you
motor
guys
car.
are also really good friends, I'm sure, with most Ohio guys, and
Yeah,
I mean, they're
yeah.
pretty community oriented.
Yeah.
Like,
car people do, I think.
Rust belt
you know,
sticks
yeah,
together.
Well, we find each other.
yeah, I mean,
Yeah, if you're in a group,
at all the different
Yeah.
shows and all the different car clubs.
Or we reach out to somebody that is in that circle or something, say, hey, listen, I'm looking for this, or I want to build that, or whatever the case may be.
They use their lifelines.
Yeah, and it's funny because it's not about the money side of things.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, yes, that's what makes the bills happen, right? But short of that, it's just we enjoy the thrive of watching it being built and being part of the
Process, yeah, the creativity, the thrill, probably some healthy competition and all of that kind of thing.
Yeah, I mean that's.
Is there anybody you hate? You don't
No,
have
let's
to say it.
not.
Just say
Let's
it. I'm
keep
just kidding. I'm kidding.
Let's keep it
It's
positive,
gossip. It's
Cindy
gossip.
Lou.
Okay,
Positive.
so on to my next question, which brings it. Okay, so I'm going to randomly pick who I'm going to ask first. Ew. Okay. Did you build with your dad when you were younger? How did you get into this? Like, how did you?
So no, actually, that's interesting. My dad was blue collar. He worked he owns a semi truck company here in Michigan, Hall Steel. He was into pickups. I was into cars. I think for me, I'll be 45 this year, so I grew up kind of different.
You can lean in a little bit.
Oh.
I'm not sure if they can all hear you. Can
Sorry.
you all hear him out there in TV
Sorry,
land?
sorry.
Okay.
So I grew up, looking through the magazines, mini truck magazines, the Super Chevys, that type of thing, and I just started getting into cars.
Just on your own. Nobody
Yeah.
wasn't like that. You were just like, forget about the nudie magazines. I'm gonna look at this car and like that's gonna
Well,
be
the
my
car
spank
magazines
bank.
did have some babes in
can't
there.
be-
Magazines
you
are
can-
gonna win as far as
Had
that
some
goes.
babes sprinkled in there here. There's
Bikinis,
that helps.
You're like-
it was a situation.
You're
Cindi
like,
was clearly not
oh,
there in the mini truck
look at
days.
that
No,
trunk
mini truck
on
days
that
had
one.
a lot of,
Oh, that's so hot.
bikinis
I want to
about
take a bite of that. I'm just kidding. That was just me. My first car was
Oh,
a 74
Cindi.
Valiant.
Ooh,
It was beautiful.
No
I bought
shit.
it
$75.
$500 and only had 15,000 miles on it.
The granny cars. Nothing beats a good
It
$500
was.
grandma
Guess what I did? I
car.
wrapped it around a Chevette. It wasn't me. It was them.
It's car-on-car crime.
It was. It was sad. I had to let it go. I was the saddest person in the world. Okay, on to you.
Yeah, let's
Yeah.
talk about real cars, Cindy.
So let's talk about
Let's
you.
talk about
Okay,
their
so
cars.
let's talk about your beginnings and then how you ended up on that. What's that show called again that you were on?
The one was called Detroit Steel.
Yeah, I didn't see it. I'm sorry.
Well,
I
there's-
apologize.
yeah.
I don't have cable though.
It's okay.
I don't have any access to television.
It's on demand right now.
You can bring that over
Oh,
and
sorry.
like
Sorry.
speak into the mic, my good
I'd
man.
move it, but I'd probably
Everything's
Yeah.
everything's picking up pretty well. I mean, you
Yeah,
can
it's-
shout a little bit too. It's better than fiddling with the microphones.
Doug's
You can
loud,
just
Doug's loud. It'll be fine.
just
Yeah.
just project.
I'll predict.
Yeah.
From the diaphragm, Doug. From the
Yeah.
diaphragm.
Well, you guys work in shops.
always
You're
wear a
probably used
diaphragm,
used to shouting at each
I
other
don't want to get
get
pregnant
the.
up in this shit. I'm selling rent. No, did I say that out loud?
You did.
Okay.
We're trying to talk about cars here, Cindy.
It's all cars.
Cars can't get you pregnant, can they?
I
I'm
hope
sorry.
not.
I
Anyway.
think it's
Well,
happened.
you can get pregnant in a car.
Yeah.
That's
But
happened.
Continue, my good man. So, what are your beginnings, and how did you end up on that show, Detroit Mobsteel, on what was it on?
History Channel.
On the History Channel. Okay.
I mean, my dad was a mechanic. Works at the place Dave worked now. So I grew up around cars. Went to school for that. Then I went to school for design, and I ended up at Mobsteel, which was kind of trying to do something in between design and car building.
Mm-hmm.
Because they were doing their wheel business, and so they were looking for somebody like me. And as soon as I got in there, they started getting into the, a company approached them to try to film a TV show, and
Oh,
then
cool.
that one worked out, and then we did a different one, a second TV show. So it was an interesting couple years of my life that
So now you're rich and famous because you've
No.
been on television.
actually that's not.
Did anybody ever recognize you somewhere and be like, "Hey,
Come on, you're
what's
those
up?"
big History Channel bucks, right?
There's
Huh?
no History Channel bucks.
Okay.
That
Nobody makes money in history.
it comes later.
There's some
That made it-
bucks, but-
it wasn't me that made it. Maybe the cameraman. I mean, my cameraman was
That's
like the
so
cameraman from Titanic. You know what I mean, he
Yeah.
made money.
So sad. I'm so sorry.
It's okay. It was
That's okay.
well, to answer your question, the best part about it really was that I inspired people, right? And so they watched my TV
That's
show and they
true.
were like, "I watched your show and I got my car out and I bought some parts for it and I put it on," and that was really the cool part is I got to meet people and it, in the public. It was a small show, a couple 100,000 people watched it per episode, but
More than this show.
well, yeah, we had like
Oh,
5.
wait. How many?
12. Just kidding.
We got a few people watching
We're here.
besides ourselves.
We're
Yeah.
here.
We're
at,
watching the show right
at
now.
AutoRama and at SEMA and at those places,
Mm-hmm.
people would recognize me because that was, that's my people.
Oh, for real? Yeah.
So that was really the great part is when I got to meet the kids who were like, "Oh my God,
yeah.
I'm
You're
not
like,
that-
I'm gonna
like,
whip out
I'm
this
not that
autograph
awesome.
for you. Yeah, that's pretty
your
awesome.
dad's actually better at it than I am."
No,
should
you
show-
don't know that.
But
That's pretty cool. though.
what a cool
But
experience,
that's
though.
what it's like.
Yeah.
That was what it was like for me to try to.
Not many people get to do that.
It is a cool thing
Was
to
it-
do.
Was it stressful pressure to have that kind of have somebody carrying around a camera
What are you laughing at?
recording?
The stress in building cars is
Absolutely.
Well, I don't know what
There's
it's
no-
like to be on television.
No.
So yeah, I mean,
We can edit this. Just kidding.
They literally have someone watching me and waiting for me to F up.
Really?
Like, oh,
Is that what it
What do you
is?
think? What do you think ratings are about?
welcome to the era of reality
right?
television,
If I
Cindy.
was just like making no mistakes and everything was perfect, they were just like, well,
They're
why
waiting
would
for him
you
to
wanna
swear.
watch this? No, they want me to drop something. They want me to break something. They want me to
Do something
yell,
really expensive.
"Oh shit!" every time something happens, so they can
You gotta
go
be
to-
like drama queen.
right, so they can go to commercial and
Oh.
then come back and be like,
Dun, dun, dun.
But isn't that like a setup?
you-
I thought they told people to do that. Like,
Will they
oh,
finish?
What a bunch of drama shit.
Did you ever get any anti-fans? Again, we're trying to keep it positive, but I mean, like,
Wow.
No, I mean,
we can't talk.
That's
Now
the same
it's
thing I
okay.
just said with the opposite.
no, I
way,
mean,
am
like,
right?
I mean, I guess,
Hello?
I mean, you talk about the people that were talking about the inspiration and all that, but did you get anybody who were like, man, you don't know what you're doing, and any that kind of
the
stuff?
haters, they'll tell you that, you know,
The haters. Like
yeah,
Dave.
like that car's not real.
I am what I am.
All this, everything on the show was fake.
The purists.
It's just not. It's like, why
Yeah.
would you do that to that? Why would you put a Coyote in a '57 Chevy? Disgusting. Why would you do that?
That's like asking Picasso why he put that color in a painting, right? I mean,
Oh my
It could piss you off.
God.
So,
That
hey,
was
I'm just trying to
terrible.
make an analogy here.
you know,
Oh God. Okay, so
it's like that.
the big
All right, moving
question
on.
for everybody right now is, okay, I'm gonna look. Do you think Auto-rama is gonna happen this year?
I'm hopeful.
Okay, so
I'm
you,
going to err on the side of the MHRA has done their homework. They've done everything they can to try and pull it off. But as everything is real day to day, and as we all know, it affects everybody's livelihood. Unfortunately, I know it does you guys. It does what
I know
we do.
if they're not asking me to play, but if they want me to play, I'm totally open to it.
Totally, I'll totally co-sign that.
I mean,
Yeah.
I'll name drop. Not that my name means anything.
Cindi
but
Lou the Red Hot Royals.
Boy, wouldn't it
Rockabilly.
be great to see Cindy Lou and the Red Hot Royals there, Jamie?
It
It would
sure
be
It would be
amazing.
so
Well, I don't
great.
know.
Right after the Twisted Tarantula, or before the Twisted Tarantulas, because Pete's the main guy.
Well, yeah, Pete's kind of the big
love
deal
Pete.
there. You know.
So
Hi, Pete.
is Pete the main music guy, and then that's why he plays every year, and then he picks the bands? Is he like the
No, Pete
curator?
doesn't.
Is he the
It's
curator of
Twisted
it?
Tarantulas. No.
Yeah.
I know.
Pete, he doesn't do that.
I don't know
I
what
can
Pete
quote,
does. other than-
when I asked Pete to actually help me out, I will quote Pete. He said, "Cindy, want to know how I get hired every year? Because I haul my shit in, I play my show, I leave, and that's
There you
why
go.
I get in every year." He goes, "Don't ask me to fuck that up." I'm like, "Okay, gotcha."
Fair enough.
So yeah, okay.
Wow.
So
So
do you
Pete's
think
a realist,
Auto-rama
is
is
what
gonna
Words of
happen?
wisdom, yes.
Jamie,
So I am on the fence. I hope it does.
1 to 10. 10 being yes, it's gonna happen. 1 being no, it's not gonna
Well, I'm
happen.
glad you got numbers.
Over
Yeah,
under.
right. I think it's because how I started to answer this question.
Yes.
I'm 8. I really am.
You're 8.
Yeah.
That's really good.
I think it's going to be a limited amount of people. I do think they're going to do it. I do think it's going to be different. A lot of things have changed for us.
Do you think they're gonna pace out the cars like 6 feet apart?
That's what we're talking
Yeah,
about.
they're going to double the aisles. They're,
Oh,
they're going
are
to have
they?
to
Oh,
slam.
that's so weird.
So instead
Gonna
of
stack them on top of each
1,500-ish
other.
cars, they'll probably be half.
Yeah.
So 7-ish. What's
Yeah.
7?
Well,
it's going to be. I mean,
my math is bad.
We said we were gonna gamble and make it interesting in this show, so we can start laying our money down, right?
I got a
Who said
dollar.
Who said
I'll
we were gonna
dollar
gamble?
Yeah.
Okay.
So he
I
says
gave you-
8.
I gave you no percentage. I will just give you. Okay. Do you actually think it's gonna happen or not?
I'm like full snowflake. I don't think it should happen. And I mean, I don't think.
You don't want it to happen.
No.
Nor do I. I think
think
me
that
not
the-
to be mean. I just
the-
think it'd be silly.
The demographic that goes to Auto-rama
Mm-hmm.
is the demographic that gets sick from COVID.
Oh, I don't know what that means, but the
The
views of our guests.
And now we
on
go
this-
to
oh, the
commercial.
age group. Oh, the age group.
It's
Gotcha.
the age bracket.
You mean like me, who got something in the mail today? I'm very ashamed of. We'll talk about it later.
Yeah.
Oh, what'd you get?
Shut up, nothing.
You're not alone. At any
It's
rate,
okay. Okay.
I thought you
so-
got something like that in the mail.
So
Kobo's kind of notorious for it, though, and I think the guys will back me on this. I'm reasonably healthy. You know, you thrash the whole time before you get there, and I've had a new car in for the last 10 years, and every Monday after Auto-rama, I'm sick.
oh, for
I
real?
don't care how much airborne
I'm
you
just
take. Or
hungover.
how many, well, it's a combination of that and a cold.
Yeah.
What are the
That's
dates
what
of
it is. You
Auto-rama?
gotta
What would they
confuse.
normally be? Do you
Hopefully
think?
it's right now.
Yeah, it's this
Yeah.
weekend.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But
I
they're
know it's
back to
usually
the
freezing.
30th, March 30th,
Yeah.
April 30th.
No, they're in the more the April, I think.
I think
was
it's the
it.
first- it's the first
I can look
weekend.
it up
Yeah.
though. Let's see, Auto-rama.
Yeah.
You
Supposedly, a lot of
people
people are going to be vaccinated by then, so maybe that'll change things. I don't
That's
know.
where I'm hopeful on
Yeah.
that aspect of it.
Like over the next month, a lot of
Yeah,
people we know
I
are going to be
think that's gonna
vaccinated.
change it. I do think if it does happen, the aisles will be probably a larger situation,
Yeah.
less cars, and they're going to have to try to limit
Mm-hmm.
what comes in the door. I mean, I think that's only the safe thing to do.
Yeah, there's talks of doing blocks. There'll be so many people per hour that they're going to allow in the building.
April 30th.
which is all
May 2nd.
they're doing their homework. They're thinking about it. Which, like Doug said, I'm more on the side of caution myself. I've
Yeah.
had COVID. We got lucky and had a real mild case of it. but I've lost people to it. So I'm in no
Yeah.
great
Exactly.
hurry.
Yep.
Yeah, we don't want to mess with that.
Yeah,
I mean,
better safe than sorry, I
And it
guess.
kind of makes me mad,
It's
like,
no
whenever
joke.
I see some of these bars, it's like, I went by, no, I won't name right now tonight, and I'm just like, oh my lord,
In Hazel Park.
there's Hazel Park. It might be Irish. Yeah. Shush. It might be by a Kroger. Yeah. There is so many freaking cars there, and there's like cars in the streets, and I'm like, come on, guys. Hi. Should turn that off, huh? Ding dong. Yeah. So yeah, I'm just really
Cha-ching.
surprised that they never do that. So hey, Kyle.
Yeah.
It's your turn. Let's get some of your questions up.
Oh, I have so many questions.
You
Let me think of
do.
one.
You do.
Okay, so how do the three of you know each other other than just the
Yeah,
car
that's a good
circles?
question.
Have you worked together? Have you ever collaborated on a car together before or anything like that?
Great question.
It
good
is.
question.
He's so
Is
smart.
that a
That's
good
why we keep
question?
him
So,
around.
did you
I
do
wasn't
homework
sure.
like
I-
Cindy did?
I was just kind of like winging it.
Dave and I met.
She
6
sent me
years
those
ago.
notes as I was driving in here. I'm like, I'm not gonna read this between like while I'm
You're gonna
driving.
interrupt him on Fucker Double because he's trying to talk.
I'm sorry. Go ahead.
Jesus Christ.
No, I think Dave and I met close to 6 years ago.
Uh huh.
I did the suspension on one of his Auto-rama builds.
Yeah, Cindy has a picture of my Grand Prix. Actually, I have
I
a really
posted
good
them
friend
all.
that's Little Mark, who's a builder from. He's been building those cars and trucks as long as I've known him. Amazing artist, amazing pinstriper, just a super
Very
talent.
talented.
And I talked to Mark about doing my car, and he said, man, I just don't know if I have the time, and I don't want to try and get into it and then not have you make Auto-rama, and I'm just not up for another thrash. He goes, but I got a buddy that does amazing work that I know you'll be happy with, and he knows that I'm picky, frankly, and
And he is.
Are most of the cars you do, are they your own cars, or are they customer cars, or is it kind of
almost
mixed
exclusively
bag?
I've done my own.
Okay.
I had a restoration shop for a little while. I got out of it and got into motorsports. So I raced professionally as a crew guy for 20 years. And then I'd build one on the side.
That sounds like a whole other show right there. I bet you got some stories.
Oh, yeah.
I knew a guy that worked for Penske, and he worked in the pit, and man, that guy had some stories.
Yeah, I've been a crew chief and a car chief in road racing professionally all over the United States, Canada, Puerto Rico.
Thank you.
It's
And the
been
Virgin Islands.
It's been, no, well, we don't know about the Virgin Islands, but at any rate,
Also,
they weren't when I left.
Port of,
Yeah, car racing's big in the Virgin Islands, right?
Indonesia. The Federated States of Micronesia.
So I met Jamie that way. And actually, Doug, I was on the Mobsteel show with Doug. I did a single episode as a guest.
Oh, why didn't I know
And
that? I need to
how
look
was
it
that
up
to
now.
just be like a guest on a big show like that about something that you are passionate about? You know way more than the most of the people watching. I mean,
That's so true.
It's interesting because the producers came to us for the first season of the show, and they said we're doing the show. It's about a company that builds these wheels, and they do these incredible builds. Tight family, really quality people, but we want to do an aside at the Detroit Historical Museum, which I'm their automotive curator as a volunteer. So they came down and shot the show, and I'd actually known of the wheels that Adam and those guys were building. I tried to buy a set for a customer's vehicle, but they hadn't moved the process back to the States yet. They were initially trying to build them offshore, and it just didn't work, and Adam basically brought everything to Michigan and started building them here. So once we did that, we got familiar, and then when the second show came up, they actually volunteered to restore a car for the museum.
Oh, that's
Yeah, so we did a car called the Scripps Booth by AutoGo.
It's not a car.
It's
Joy, can I look it up?
What is
You
it?
can Spell
You
all
have to
that.
look it up.
yeah, find it.
Good luck spelling it. Buddy.
Scripps Booth by AutoGo.
Actually, I do have that.
Scriptus.
Scripts like.
I am all over it like a prescription.
Yes.
Booth.
So
By-
they did a complete restoration of a one-off
Oh my God.
historical car in 4 weeks.
Weirdest car of all time.
And you
What-
talk about fake reality show drama. We had none of that.
It's not a car.
We finished it. It was supposed to be presented at 3 o'clock. We were loading it in the trailer at the old shop
This one?
to bring it downtown at 5
Weird
o'clock.
ass red thing? Nope.
They had
It's
a
a-
whole group of people that were waiting to see it. They had to keep them in a room, and we rolled it
Yeah, I
in,
don't know
and
what
then
Does the TV show facilitate the sourcing of the stuff you need to finish the project, or were they just kind of like a fly on the wall with a
for
camera?
that particular car was more preservation. So it was a mild
Do
disassembly.
you have it on your phone?
We did
My phone's gonna die.
we surfaced it. Ron Cohn, their amazing paint and body guy, surfaced it. We painted it red. We polished everything, put it back together, built a cart for it so we could move it, and then loaded it into the museum.
And let me ask you, did you get any hate mail from doing this?
Should I tell the story that we talked about on the way down?
I was kidding. You don't have to answer that, but
Well,
I mean,
it's not hate mail. So
I'm trying to be funny.
The show
Go ahead.
debuted 2 days before Auto-rama.
Uh-huh.
So my car club buddies were all like, "Oh, you know, you're gonna be signing pictures upstairs with all the wrestlers, and we're gonna print you off 8x10." And literally nobody recognized me for the show except for one person. So I'm standing by the Grand Prix that Jamie did my air ride for, and a guy comes over and he looks at me, and he was 70 if I'm counting the rings right. And he comes over and he goes, "I know you from somewhere." And I go, "Well, you know, I've been in cars for a while. I've been around for a little bit. If you made, no, you're on a TV show, aren't you?" I go, "Oh yeah, thank you. Actually, I just did I was the
You're in
a
the
single
moving
episode
pictures,
guest."
aren't you?
And he goes, "Wait a minute," and he pulls out his phone and he scrolls through and he shows me, and it's a screenshot of just me. Not of Doug, not of the group.
Oh, is he a stalker?
Oh my God! He's like, no way!
It's just me.
You're in my bedroom
I was
right now in an 8x10 glossy.
With
Yeah,
a picture of a TV.
It was a little bit Buffalo Billish. I got to be honest with you. You know, if he had a pit in his basement, I would have been there.
He told us this is the first time I heard it. The second time I've heard it.
Put the lotion in
first
the
time
fucking
someone went down
basket.
here,
Yeah.
And I was just dying. I'm
Yeah.
like, you got to be kidding
Wait
me.
a minute.
It was a little
I
bit of put the
know
lotion
you.
on the skin, but
You're in
Yeah.
my bank.
Well, the
having
guys.
said that,
So, how long ago was?
Smackdown.
How many years ago was that?
Yesterday.
Three, yeah, maybe 13.
Well, this guy's probably in his mid 70s now. He's probably watching tonight, and you're probably going to hear
so
about
I'm going
this
to get
from.
another screenshot if I show up at Auto-rama from this show, is what you're telling me?
He's going to get a screenshot of that, right? Like that image.
Well, then we'll smile and wave so he doesn't feel left out. I did
Wait, does this guy? I'm sorry, I was very respectful of you.
Whoever you
I'm
are,
sure you're a fine
we
man.
thank you for being part of the story tonight.
Yes.
Thank you for watching.
Thank you for watching.
Okay, so let's switch gears over here. Let's hear a little
Moving
bit about
on.
the hot rod shop and how that started. Jamie.
I don't, man, it's been a whirlwind the last 5 years.
But I mean, like, when did you decide to do it? I mean, like,
Is that a car?
oh, is that a car?
Yeah.
Holy crap, a pants. That's a car?
How is that a car?
It looks pretty Dr. Seuss.
That's not a car. It looks like something I would buy at like a kid's like
It's a
like a
cycle car.
kid's antique.
It
thing
looks
you
like
would
one of
find.
those motor carriages
Yeah, I'm
that
gonna
I've
post
read
a
about in
picture
the
of this thing.
papers.
I say,
You guys actually helped put this together, like fix
was
it, restore it.
restored.
Was it 1912 or 14?
1913. It was the first water-cooled V8 ever produced in Detroit.
There's only one
But
of
this
them.
isn't the actual car.
That
Yes.
That is it.
There's only
This one here?
There's only
Yes.
one.
Only one,
There's
like
one.
a Highlander.
It
There
is.
can only be one.
These men have
Kramer
touched all of the
Aviation Series,
insides of that
Scoop
car.
Cruise, Auto shitting, whatever it's called. Okay, I'm
Thank
gonna
God
post
there was
it.
only one.
Yeah, I'm gonna post it. Okay, keep on talking.
Yeah, yeah.
So
This is his story.
I
This man, go on.
I've always been into cars my whole entire life.
Mm-hmm.
About 4 years ago, I decided to quit my daytime job. And
Yes.
What did you do?
cars. What did I do then?
What did you do as a daytime job, if you don't mind me asking?
Walmart checker. Just kidding.
Yeah, yeah.
Breeder, not a checker.
I
Is it a breeder?
I drove a semi truck.
Oh, okay.
Part of the family business.
Oh, wow.
It was a great time. Good money, and I've always had a passion for cars. And,
How long did you do the truck driving?
Probably about 6 years. I'm third generation. I can
Yeah,
do it with my eyes closed.
Because you said your dad had
Yeah.
the truck
my dad,
business.
my
Yeah.
grandpa both did. So, I did. I planned on building this
Thank you.
business at that time with a friend,
Mhm.
and things changed, but my motivation to stay driven to what and focused on this has not. I went from 1,200 square foot, one bay shop that I built Dave's car in,
Ooh.
to about a year later, 4,000 square feet that we quickly outgrew in 3 years, and we're just moved to our new location that is 9,200 square feet.
Sweet.
So,
Wow.
yeah, it's a lot, and we're part of that move, and it's a lot of work.
If someone wanted to visit your shop, where is it located?
It is located on 1101 Rochester Road in Troy, Michigan.
What's the zip code?
All right.
I just want to say it out loud.
48083.
48083.
Oh, the voice. I
Stop
like the
by. Check our shit out. Okay, cool. And he works with you?
Doug does, yeah.
Yeah.
You do?
I do.
So he's like, man, you're so cool on that show. I'm just going to snag you. Is that how it happened?
Very similar to that.
I
Close.
knew
Almost
it.
exactly.
He's like, damn it, you're a raw talent. I'm going to take you. I'm just kidding. I'm kind of drinking now, so just ignore me. Take the show
She's
back
a few
over.
deers. She's a few
I'm
beers.
so sorry.
She's a few
Beer
beers deep now.
Yeah, well, 2, 3. I'm a lightweight, though. We all know this.
And it's off.
I'm
So
not
sex,
touching
are
that
we
with
having
my
sex?
bare hand.
Oh, we're having sex. Okay, I'm gonna post the pictures of say the name of this car again, this red thing.
The Buy Auto Go.
Yeah.
The Byte Auto Go. Okay, so what are
That's
this car
not a car.
Who? Sorry, Where did this originally come? What year was it made, and who made it?
1913.
Right.
Scripps Booth was the same Scripps Booth family that owns all the media, newspapers, TV stations. So it was a cousin of that family who was an engineer. And at that point in history, you had to be pretty well-to-do to be an engineer because you had to go to school, which was not available to everybody. He actually traveled to Europe, and cycle cars were a fad at that point. Small wheelbase, tight wheels with a motorcycle engine. That was an adaptation of that. So that's a V8, the first water-cooled one built in Detroit. And if you look at the pictures, there's actually a set of outriggers that come down when you stop.
What?
So when you roll it, you pull up the extra little wheels, and it moves under its own power.
It's like a motorcycle that sets 2 wheels down.
I see. Yeah.
For real?
The strange thing is it weighs probably 3,500 pounds or so, would you say, Doug?
Yeah.
Wow.
And it's like 12 feet long.
And the wheels are wood.
Well, the wheels have been replaced in that time.
Back then, they're like, it's good because it weighs a lot.
Yeah, exactly. It's sturdy. What we like is sturdy things.
If you get hit in this, you're going nowhere.
Yeah, it's actually on display at Mobsteel right now in their
Is
showroom.
It's
But
2 miles to the gallon.
We're getting ready to loan it. I don't know where the loan is going, but it's been requested for a loan because it belongs to the museum, so we're getting ready to ship it out.
Oh, for real?
Yep.
Going
So-
over there to the Gilmore or something, maybe?
Honestly, I don't know where. We've got a bunch of cars at the Gilmore. We're very fortunate to have a
I
relationship with them.
I also want to drop that I play the Gilmore show every year for the Relics
For the
Riot.
Relics.
If you want to come to the Relics Riot, I'll be there this year. Thank you so much.
Relics is tremendous. That's
It
a
is
great show.
great. I love those guys. I have a good time there. But yeah, if it shows up there, I'll totally check it out.
She's a relic.
Ouch.
Great up. Okay.
Meow. Saucer of milk, table 2.
I'm the comic relief here. Come on.
I'm so using that next time. Ram.
That's what she hired me
Damn,
for.
that's good. Let me write that fucking down.
That's what we're here for.
Saucer of milk.
Take some notes.
Table 2. He's on fire, bitches. He's stop with the sex machine. Jesus.
It's a sex alert. It's
Oh, it's not a machine. It could be. Does it vibrate? Hang on.
now
No,
the show's
nothing's
getting
happening.
interesting.
How does that go? Everything's a sex machine if you're brave enough?
Oh, wow. This guy's
Hey.
on fire. What's your safe word, Dave?
I have no safe word.
Dave, come on. Okay, what's your safe word?
I can't tell you now.
What's mine? You should know this by now.
Flower. But you have to make sure you spell it right.
It's an awful safe word.
What is my safe word? You know this.
Rosebud.
Thank you.
Here's
Okay.
Citizen Kane, lovely.
What's your safe word?
I don't have one.
Jamie
Okay,
doesn't have-
you have to tell her though. She needs to know this.
Yeah.
It's a little late now.
Yeah.
Clearly, it's a little late for safe
What's
words.
your safe word?
What's the safe word?
Exactly.
There you
Exactly. He's a diehard.
How we roll.
Exactly. Okay. What? You got any more questions? I don't know. It's only been a half an hour.
Well-
I'm running low.
Oh, wow.
I'm just joking.
I'm good at coming up with questions on the fly. I'm an inquisitive feller.
You are.
So obviously you're all friends. You know each other through the biz, so to speak. So you've got some similarities there. What sets you guys apart from each other? Obviously you're artists. You're artists in your own way.
Let him do this.
I want to speak.
Yeah,
Ooh.
let him speak.
Yes, you in the corner. You raise your hand. Thank
Ma'am?
you so much, sir.
Ma'am.
He's not a ma'am.
So I just want to talk about
What are
Dave.
you pointing at? Why are you pointing
He's
at?
doing the Elvis thing, like,
I wanna
oh,
thank you very much.
the girl.
Let the man speak and point.
like I've been building cars for probably 20 some years.
You look like
right?
a baby, by the way.
I'm a little baby.
He is.
With yeah.
But when,
With a
when you-
goatee.
when you start talking about cars and this car has this and this car has that, you will be physically embarrassed by the knowledge of Dave.
Agreed.
Dave is a wealth of useless knowledge.
Yes.
You think you know something about a year of a car?
I love useless
You
knowledge.
have no idea. You have this man.
Is he like what's her face in My Cousin Vinny when she's like, oh, posse traction. The car would not lift up if the fucking tire was on the goddamn thing.
No.
Right?
Well, I don't have those legs, but
No.
yeah.
No, you just heard him tell you the story. He went back to like when the guy was in high school.
Right.
He didn't tell you
that
about the
you couldn't
car.
go to, and
I know. I figured that. That's why we hired him first.
That's
And
why
then-
he was on
then
the
he
History
found
Channel.
The talent, you
He
know?
literally drugged me into the basement of the Detroit Historical Society where they have all these cars literally stored in bubble bags. And he would like unzip the bubble bag and there'd be like the number 1 Mustang in there. Be like, that's the first car that had a Mustang emblem.
We have some cool
Can you
stuff.
touch that real quick? Just
He
Well,
is
that's the thing.
VIP.
That
It's
sounds like a
cool
whole
stuff. That's a
show
real
in itself.
story.
Just
That's a
your
different show.
your
That really
historical.
happened.
Dare I call it like the
Oh, wait,
historical
can we do it?
society?
Wait. Everybody all at
Angle.
once.
Yeah, Dave.
Oh.
Yeah, Dave.
You people
We're
need to
not
set-
worthy.
You need to set your sights
We're not
very,
worthy.
very
We're not
much
worthy.
higher.
We're not worthy, Dave. But no, yeah. That's why I was like trying to promo the shit out of the show because I knew that people would want to like pick his brain.
Yeah.
I was hoping people would call in. Which number is real now?
Yeah,
We
there's
don't want
number-
people to call in. That's just gonna.
No,
I'm
let's
kidding.
give Dave's number out in case anybody.
1-800
Anybody has a question?
555.
sexy driver.
Call the Detroit
Builder.
Historical Society.
Everybody's
Any
got
car
Cindy's
question you have.
number
So,
already. So
I have a question, Ashley.
We're thrown
So,
under the bus. Yeah, nice job. Buddy.
Dave's ready.
Dave, are you
Yeah,
ready?
you know, at this point
Yes,
in my life,
I'm ready. Okay, but
the old man's gonna be like, "We saw you on Dirty TV," and they're
yeah, that guy's got my number now. Thanks, Tom.
He's like, I knew you were
You
one
already
of
had
I
them.
knew it.
and there was
Knew
some
you
sort
were
of
hip.
Yeah.
some sort of sex alert going on.
Yeah, it's never the ones you really want. It's the
Stop.
story of my life.
You're so annoying. God damn.
That's
why
what
did-
you hired me for.
I did actually. That's why he's here.
See,
Somebody's got to be here.
doing
Okay,
my
so
job.
you guys, beside that, in your braininess. Okay, so beside, I had to say that because I really am not that smart. I have to just say big words like braininess.
She ain't lying.
I ain't lying. I ain't that smart. I'm kind of dumb. Anyway, so beside like building, do you guys also do like transmissions and engines and like just stupid shit at home? Like when your wife says change the oil, do you like no? I have more
No.
important things to do.
That question sucks. How about we ask them just to tell
No,
us?
that's a good question.
Oh, it is. Oh, I'm
Yeah,
sorry.
because
So
they
I don't know
always
anything
say
about
the
cars.
plumber is the one without the fucking plumbing in his house, right?
Yeah, when
So when
I
your
want
wife,
to mow lawn all day and then
Hey,
go home and mow their lawn.
Yeah.
Exactly.
I partially agree with that. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
I do take care of the family and close friends' cars and stuff like that. But yeah, my car is probably you don't want to buy anything I own.
Yeah, you never buy a car from a mechanic because
Yeah.
we don't work on anything at home.
No.
That's what I'm
After
saying.
8 or
That's
10
why
hours
I'm-
of working on other people's cars.
It's like hairdressers.
sell
I've always
cars?
wondered why the women that are like, "Oh, I'm a hairdresser,"
I
and you
do
look
it,
at their
Mike.
hair and you're kind of like, "Really?"
My cars are never more done than when they leave. I drove my Cadillac with no windows for a year and a half, and I put the windows back in it when I sold it because I didn't want to leave it for the next guy.
Wait a minute, like no windows at all?
It had windshield and a back glass, but no side glass.
Oh.
That was the
okay.
one, the black one I had at the Hamtramck Hustle a bunch of years ago.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, that car was
Okay, okay,
yeah,
oh.
beautiful car, but I never bothered to put the side windows in
I
it.
love the Hamtramck Hustle, by the way.
It's a
I
great,
know it's
Dead
gonna
Last
happen.
does a great job with that.
Dead Last does a great job with that, and I've noticed like through the years since I've been going how big it's gotten. Like the side streets. And my favorite was when I'm sitting there one year, standing there, whatever, watching, and all these police came, and we're all like, "Wow, what's gonna happen?" It was, I'm sorry, officers, if I get in trouble. Total boondoggle. They're just down there, just like, what car is this? What's the car is this? Just walking around acting like they're patrolling. No, they are there for like 3 hours, just like chilling out and looking at all the cars. Yeah, that's
It's
a
good
great
work
one.
if you can find it.
It is. It's great. Okay, back to the story though. So you never work on cars at home? Never change the oil in the driveway?
I
nothing
work
like
on
that?
mine when they break. As
Yeah.
far as maintenance,
Very accurate.
yeah,
Mm-hmm.
it's sad to say it, but
What's your daily driver?
an 09 Suburban, which we were laughing at. It's got 210,000 miles on it.
What's the gas mileage in an 09 Suburban with 200?
It's a very
You can count it on
reliable
one
car.
hand. Yeah.
Do you just like you put it? It's like a motorhome. You're like
Yeah, pretty much.
gallon.
Yeah, pretty much.
Gallon. Is that how it goes?
It's a practical
Okay,
car.
what's your daily driver?
An 03 Dodge Ram.
Oh, okay. What's the gas mileage on that?
Don't sound too
11.
impressed.
Yeah, I just over 2 hands.
Dodge Ram.
Ooh, fancy.
Yep.
Yeah, but you keep it up. Like how many miles on it?
Like 115,000.
Oh yeah. Okay, and you?
I got a 2018 Eco Sport. It's like a little roller skate.
That sounds like a hot rod.
Yeah.
No. You're like, you know what?
Zipper. It's a zipper.
You know
I'm
what,
trying
you
to
ain't-
get 30 miles a gallon.
You know
It
what
just
you are?
sips the
You're like,
gas.
wait,
Sipping.
John Travolta in Get Shorty when he's like when he pulls up in the little hybrid, he goes, "Well, you're important. We'll wait for you." he's, like,
fair.
he's like, "That's what you drive?" Yes, because that's.
Yeah, it's
Well,
underpowered, but that's
Now that
fine.
all of our credibility's out the window,
Yes, now that we've
Tell
destroyed
us-
all the hot rod credibility
tell
that we've
us-
built
tell
up
us
in the last
the-
45 minutes.
we have to go to lightning round. Tell us the coolest story you've got about cars, Auto-rama, whatever the case. Just like what's if you had to tell, let's say you're on your deathbed someday and you're like, all right, gather around, kids. This is the story I have to tell. What do you got?
Don't spend money on cars.
That's more of a.
babies grow up
That's-
to
You own a
be car
business
builders.
that sells car.
I was
Let
looking for
them
more of
be
a story. That's more of like a
doctors and lawyers.
cautionary.
I don't know that I have a story. It's Auto-rama, and I think it's just a process. It's technically 3 days, but you spend 4, 5, 6 days, the days before, the days after, the move-in, the friends, the people you see at AutoRama.
The hangover.
Yeah, all that stuff is what I think part of what AutoRama is about. Yes, we talk cars, and I enjoy talking cars, but I go to see Dave knowing that I'm going to see him 3 or 4 days in a row. I might not see him for another 6 months. But no, there's other people in other
It's
friends.
about friendship, not cars, Cindy.
Oh.
No, it is actually about cars.
It is very much a community.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And it's funny, and it relates for me because when I was a kid, my uncle was in bands. I loved music. I adored music. I have zero talent for it. So I drug equipment for years when I was a kid. Like neither of you are old enough to remember these, but like Trax, all the old rock and roll bars in Detroit. I saw the Ramones at Trax.
Oh yeah.
Oh, hell yeah.
It's a legendary.
I was in all those
Punk
venues
venue,
at
yeah.
12 years old, and my uncle would hand me an amp and go, carry this and keep your head down and nobody will stop you. And it's the same. It's
And
the
if
same
you're
with
well
musicians.
behaved, I'll buy you a beer and some cigarettes.
Right.
Did you ever go to the Stonehouse?
Yeah, there's another funny story about that.
I
It
wanna
involves
hear
a really large fight that broke out between two different...
Should we tell that story tonight?
That should not be a Tonight story.
Okay.
That has to be...
Right.
Let's just say there were 2 rival clubs that were in the Stonehouse at the same time, and by the time we left, it had escalated to about 100 guys. And I slid out right about the time that it started to get ugly. But these things happen when you
He
meet
lived
people
to
of different disciplines
tell the
and,
tale.
and have alcoholic drinks.
Even though the light isn't on, I have missed 2 station IDs.
I think they're asleep at the wheel, like we
I
are.
have done it, but I'm going to do it anyway. What are we watching? You're watching Detroit D-tox on WDDS Dirty TV, the dirtiest station in the world. Detroit's Double D's. We are streaming live on YouTube, Facebook, Twitch, Periscope, and I don't know, wherever we can make ourselves stream, right?
All the tubes.
All the
all the
things,
books.
Every Thursday from 8 until 9 p.m. Tonight's guests are a bunch of car guys. I don't even know how they got even on the show. They like snuck in the door and they're like telling us about their
Head down.
That's what happens when you give us an address. Yep.
Cindy was very excited to have you
I
3
was.
fellows on the tubes. So thank you very much.
was.
We still have about 7 minutes. Well, no, actually more like 12 minutes. So
Yeah.
hey man,
Rock, paper, scissors.
yeah. Thanks to the pandemic, I'm like in this weird time warp. But anyway, time seems to.
Thanks to
It's tough to
alcohol,
keep
I'm
track
in
of
a
it.
time warp. Sorry. Oh, I forgot. Wait, that's right. Okay, so
Cool
I
story
asked
time.
This question
Cool story
out
time.
in the foyer area, the green
the
room
pre-question.
area.
The
Yeah.
pre-question.
Yes.
But I have to ask you, Doug. So you're on this TV show, right? And I noticed that every single time I watch some of these reality shows, they have a cadence in their
Do it.
speaking.
Can you do it?
I can't. Ready?
Do
So
it.
wait,
No,
ready?
you gotta-
Hang on, ready? So
better
we got
be
a
good.
truck tonight that we're gonna take this engine out of. We don't know why, and then we're gonna replace it with a beaver.
What?
A beaver
I just
shark?
made it up.
Wow.
I just made
It's
it
a
up.
hybrid.
How are we going to do it? And there's like this cadence. Do they actually coach you about how to speak on these shows?
No, the problem.
Well,
Oh, God damn it.
There needs to be a woo at the end of it, for
Woo!
one thing. Yeah.
Woo!
the reason they always sound like that is because they're reading, right?
Oh, okay.
So if they're just talking normally, no one sounds like that. But they're trying to get you to read something. They kind of tried to have us do that at the beginning, but I didn't really. Eventually, they just let us go and say whatever we wanted, and it kind of turned out better that way. It was a little bit more natural.
Yeah.
But when they really have a tight script and they're trying to tell a story like exactly, they'll kind of come at you with something that you need to say so that everyone watching can understand. So if like you're listening to Daddy Dave and he sounds like a robot, it's because he's reading something.
Oh, and that's something somebody else wrote that he.
Right.
He's not into it.
Right.
Okay.
So he's not an actor. He's a car driver or a mechanic. And I'm
Exactly.
not an actor.
But he can read.
He
But
can
you play
read,
one on TV.
But but not good.
Well,
He
I've always
can read,
just been curious
but not
about
well.
it because everybody
I'm not a
sounds
real actor, but I
exactly
play one
the
on
same
television.
No matter what
Yeah.
reality show
You
they're
sound
on.
different when you're talking than when you were reading.
I know.
Right?
I
That's-
do.
That's
You
what
do have a cool read
Yeah,
voice.
you
You
changed your voice.
you sounded out the big words. We're very proud of you, Cindy.
Thank you. Thank you very much. That's my Cookie Monster voice. Yeah. Sorry. So yeah.
Where that
how
came
about
from,
that?
we'll
That's
never
it,
know.
that's it. I mean,
No, but I
Cool.
mean, I was always curious about that because it seems like no matter what reality show you watch, they all have the same cadence.
it's because they
no
don't know
matter
how to read.
what. I mean, we're talking about like Pawn Stars. They always say the same. They say it the same way. car shows, even decorating shows. It's always like, we did this,
It's
then we did that.
It's just a
So what's your-
campy-ass writer trying to get you to say something?
And you know what? Guess what I am? I'm a campy ass writer. So do you know what?
So what you're trying to say
You
is
exactly
reality
what-
television is
Yeah.
not actually really reality
There's a reality to it.
because you guys are on there.
It's forced. It's forced reality.
It is.
Yeah.
They literally only have so much time to fit reality in.
Are you allowed to say these things? Is there like a post?
Are
Like
we gonna
a-
get? Yeah. Are we gonna get picked up by the?
How many
by the
years do you
History Channel
have for
police
your
when we leave here?
non-disclosures and all those other
It was
things?
it was 2 years past the last episode, and I'm well past that.
Hell
We're past
yeah.
the NDAs.
Okay,
No,
so-
no, no.
Earmuffs.
No, I'm
Yeah,
actually
earmuffs.
I'm actually
Everybody.
under NDA in perpetuity throughout the universe.
Wow, in perpetuity. See that 5 times fast. In
Forever.
perpetuity,
I'm not
in
proud of that.
perpetuity. Okay,
I
got
love
it.
that phrase.
I do
Yeah.
too.
I
Yeah.
use it when I
Sounds
can.
sexy.
What do you say?
No, it means you're screwed.
Oh, that's why I like it.
It's like you.
Forever.
It's like you
I'm gonna
sign
have
your life
sex
away.
Next time I'm
I
gonna
did,
yell
I did.
in perpetuity. That's gonna do it.
That's a great-
Oh, in perpetuity.
That's a great safe word.
And then yeah, I'm
You've
sorry.
had sex with Cindy in perpetuity. I hope you know what you got yourself into.
Sorry.
Yeah. And the alarm is
Told
off.
you this show was gonna be fun. Am I right? No.
Absolutely.
Okay. Good times. Okay.
You weren't expecting a serious show, were you?
Well, we wouldn't have been asked. They were.
But
No,
Dave
no.
went in and
it's
yeah,
it's still informative though because I'm learning a whole lot
So am
myself.
I. So painting. You all paint?
Yeah,
Everybody
I do
paint?
not.
Wait,
I paint.
I paint with a brush,
Doug is an artist.
Like a-
I paint cars.
like a paintbrush.
Yeah, Doug is
Okay,
an
so
artist.
You
okay.
do pinstripe?
No, no. I mean,
Not
I
that
have,
kind of painting.
I have tried more like portrait, landscape.
Okay.
Yeah, Doug
When you
is
said
Doug
paint
is
with a
an
brush,
actual fine
yeah.
artist.
Okay.
Cool.
In addition
Yeah, I
to
went to CCS. I got
Cool.
Awesome.
downtown. You know.
Cool. I like CCS. I should have gone there, but I went to Miami at
You still
school
can.
instead. Nope, I'm too old.
I went
My
to
career
DOC,
is far
Department of
along.
Corrections.
There's no rule.
She threw her hopes and dreams away long ago. It's true.
Okay, librarian. No, he's a librarian.
You can teach a class.
No, but it's an amazing thing to be a librarian.
Yeah, but we know awesome librarians.
I do.
You and I know an awesome
Yeah.
librarian.
You do?
Hello.
She is a
Oh, you'll
rock
have
star
you'll
of
have
a
to
librarian.
introduce me to.
Oh, you'll have to. She's
You've
amazing.
never met Joyce Crum in your entire life.
You had to have.
She's
I'm
the
sure
best
I have.
librarian.
I'm sure I have.
Yeah, she's awesome. But yeah, so
We
painting.
librarians also have a social network where we trade. I don't know.
They have like a
I guess it's not like cars.
librarians. Like they have a book.
They have a
like,
gesture or a handshake.
Yeah, it's like this.
handshake.
You know, you're gonna be like that. Book, downtown.
We have a hazing.
Yeah, that's
Hazing
sure there's a
process.
I'm playing comedy. Want to know
Are you
about
guys
that?
trolling me right now?
What?
Are you guys really librarians? What are
He's
you
a
talking-
librarian.
I
You're
am.
a
Yep.
librarian?
Yeah.
I am
yeah.
many
Awesome.
things, but one of the things
I'm
I
a
am
writer.
is a,
I write,
is a
and
librarian,
then
yeah.
he's a librarian. We're both in like
Awesome.
letters.
What library?
I am a public school librarian because I started out as I'm a certified teacher, and
Oh, all right.
I probably shouldn't be explaining this on the dirtiest
On the
TV
dirtiest
show
show
in
in
the
Detroit.
world or whatever, but it's true.
Public
I'm not
school.
breaking any laws. I've been minding my language and my.
Mostly.
For the most part.
yeah.
No,
No,
but he
it's
really
true,
is a
yeah, so-
librarian. Does he look like one? No. He's also a musician. He's in so many. He's in Blackjack and the Carnies. Have you ever seen those guys play?
I have not.
They're awesome. They're a great band.
Now we have to go see him.
Mm-hmm.
You should play Auto-rama. Cindy, don't you know somebody?
We would love to play Auto-rama.
No, he just goes
yeah,
and
so-
plays and leaves.
So, public school librarian was the best thing that the witness protection program could come up for me. So, hey, that's all good. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
That's fair. It's the
good.
last place we'd look for you.
Yeah, exactly. See,
In the books.
it's good work if you can find it.
It's all in the books.
Yeah, totally. Okay, we're winding down now, so let's get down to the nitty gritty questions.
Yeah,
What do you wanna
5
ask?
minutes.
What do you want? Anything that's really super like.
5 minutes.
Okay, so your sign is?
Leo, we discussed this.
I know.
Well, again,
Virgo.
Yeah, it's Leo.
Guess what
Two
my sign
Leos.
is?
Did they
Wait,
change
when were
it?
you born?
July 30th.
Wait, don't they change them all?
When's your birthday?
August 21st.
July, August. Oh, you're on the cusps.
Guess what
Yeah.
my birthday
So we're
is?
bookend Leos.
What?
Yeah.
August 10th.
And mine's August 23rd.
Shut
so
up.
I'm right smack dab in the middle.
No, you're not. I'm June 15th. I'm in the middle of the fucking entire goddamn year.
But he's July 30th.
Yep.
He's August
My
21st.
brain does
Yeah.
not work right
Jamie's
now. I
23rd.
can.
And mine is August 10th. So do the math.
So there's going to be a hell of a party in August. That's how I'm reading.
Yeah!
Hip hop
That's
hooray
all
ho!
I'm
Oh,
reading.
and
It's
by the way,
good car season that
this
time
is
of
the time
year.
to bring
Yes.
this up, guys. Guess what? So remember, last year we could not have the Motor City Rockabilly Rumble.
Yes.
This year, guess where it's gonna be? Here.
Like
in the back.
in this room.
No, no.
Well, we got
yes.
it. We got to have everything
The
6 feet
entire
apart.
car will be here.
Festival seating.
I've seen that.
Well, the plan is if you're outside of this building, there's a big area in the back that we can have it at, so it's gonna be pretty awesome
outside.
Sweet.
stage. Yeah, plenty of room for cars. So you can bring in all the the wonderful vehicles you've built. It should be really awesome, and yeah, have them out there. Come on, Kyle, wrap it up. What do you want to ask? Come on, think of something cool.
What's the coolest story you guys can tell us in the last 4 minutes? I know that's a lame question, but
Who's
I
got
mean,
the
it could be
coolest
really
one?
cool.
Who knows? Dave, you got the coolest one?
Blow our minds with something like I said, the deathbed story.
Who's the most famous person builder you've ever met? That's a good one.
Does it have to be about me?
It can be about whatever you want,
Okay,
man.
so we'll do a Cliff Notes version of this. So
Yes.
A friend of mine, he's passed since, unfortunately, had a really rare 58 Ford Courier station wagon.
Oh.
One of 300 ordered for the Forestry Service, black car. He never did a thing with it.
I'm a wagon
Original,
man myself.
A little bit beat up, me too.
I like a wagon. I like a wagon.
Yeah.
I got one.
Cheyenne.
Love
Cheyenne.
this
They're
car.
practical.
And Tom was not a guy that sold anything. He had a junkyard. He kept all of his cars. So one day at Auto-rama, he's sitting downstairs, and he comes over to my car, and he looks like he lost his puppy.
Aw.
I'm like, Tom, what's the matter? He goes, I sold the Courier. I go, really? You sold it? I didn't know. He goes, well, it wasn't for sale. This guy comes over, and he's talking to me about the car, and he asked me what I'd ask for it, and I don't know. I just, out of sheer not knowing what to say, I said $15,000. He said, okay, here's $2,000. I'll come back tomorrow and cash you out of it.
Ooh.
He goes, well, it's probably some guy you would have known. Turns out it was George Poteet, who in Street Rod he's a multi-millionaire. He's got probably 200 or 300 cars. He commissioned some amazing cars to be built. But it was one of those, just out of no. And Tom didn't even know who he was. He was just a guy that had a handful of money to Tom.
Did he ask him personally, or was it some like a representative or something?
No, it was he was walking downstairs and saw the car and just wandered over and bought it.
I wish I had that kind of money. Be like,
It's crazy.
I'll take it.
Like, who was the guy? Jay Leno. Remember, he used to have a ton of cars.
Still does. Yeah,
Does
Jerry's a
he?
big car guy.
Did you guys ever meet him?
Yeah.
You did?
I did.
Did you too?
Never met Jay Leno.
No, but you did.
I did.
Okay, that's awesome. That's a good little way to end this thing. Okay, well, it looks like we have to wrap up now, but I just want to thank you guys for
Wrap
coming
it
on
up,
the show.
Cindy.
Thanks for having us.
Yeah,
Thank you.
Thank you so much for coming
Dave,
in.
Italian mobster last name,
Marchioni.
The Italian
Marchioni,
Leo.
Jamie Webster,
Just
and
plain old.
Doug Haynes.
That's it.
Yeah, I have a memory. Look at me. I'm a
Look at
big
you.
girl. Look at me. I remember them. But honestly, you guys, thanks so much for being on the show tonight. What else?
It was a great time. Thanks so much for being here. Cindy, thanks for showing up this
and
time.
thanks for having these good, dryer sheets.
It's a dryer sheet?
I keep on trying to smell it. I'm like,
I feel
is
fresher
it
for having
Bounty
been this
Fresh
close to
at
it.
all?
What does that do?
I don't. It just stops you from getting
Yes.
COVID.
Yes.
It does?
I don't know.
I don't know.
Is that a thing?
I'm not answering yes to that.
Downy freshness stops you from
It
getting
looks
COVID.
like
Everybody
we're,
knows
in
that.
compliance and stuff. But anyway, thank you so much for
Yeah,
being
you
here,
guys,
guys.
seriously.
I feel like, the hour flies by. It's not even a full
does.
hour. It's like really 50 minutes and it flies by. We could do a show, just on any one of the,
No
the
shit,
facets
any
that
of
you guys.
yeah.
On Doug's Eagle. I mean, I could do an hour on Doug's Eagle easy.
Let's do it.
Let's do it. Well, you know
what
what?
is
We'll probably need
you mean like an
again next
AMC
year.
Eagle?
Yes.
Or?
Yes.
I
Yes.
love AMCs.
Oh, I
I've
got
always,
the Eagle
I've
wagon.
always,
Eagle, yeah.
I've always wanted an AMC.
Have one.
Awesome.
Doug's
Well,
got an awesome one.
Huge.
that'll be another
He
show.
wants to go on a date now.
Big
He's gonna
fan, big
pick
fan.
him up to go to the drive-in. He's like,
At the
"Yeah,
library.
you
Pick me up in your,
Library,
pick me up in
yeah.
your gremlin.
Oh,
Gremlins are
I
great.
want that.
My brother had a purple gremlin.
I want a fleet of them.
You should get that looked at.
Well, I live in Ypsilanti. I live right near the Riverside Park, and they have that orphan car show every on normal summers. They had every summer, and they have they have some pretty unique cars down there. And there's that group of AMC
A lot
dudes.
of really
Shut
good
up.
looking-
Some of the coolest gremlins you'll ever see
Hey,
in the-
everybody,
in
we've
the
been
land.
live on WDDS, Detroit's dirtiest TV station in the world. Detroit Doubles D's. We're streaming on live, YouTube, Facebook, Twitch. We are Detroit D-tox. We love you. Everybody.